Still out on Swampy. This is part of Swampy Loop. I would call this the northern section of Swampy Loop, further away from Cascade Lakes Highway. I don't know if there's an official designation of it or not, but wanted to take a look at this section and then contrast what's back behind us. We don't see much in the way of water-based erosion here, and that's predominantly because it doesn't have a very big trail tread watershed. The trail itself back behind us, we'll take a look at that here in a little bit, but we're not seeing a lot in the way of water-based erosion. Maybe a little bit, but not a lot. I'm not saying that this doesn't need some form of water management. It does. But also wanted to contrast the intimacy and the difference between what a trail looks like and what a road looks like. That being said, this probably was a road at one point in time. And I'm judging that based on what's back behind me again, which we'll take a look at that here in a second. But this is very, very straight. My guess is that this was a timber extraction route at one point in time. I don't know if that's 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. I'm not sure. I've been here for 15 years riding it, so certainly further back than that. But you can see that the trail tread itself is 18 to 24 inches wide, and then we have forest duff on either side, and so we're not going to get a lot of surface runoff in those areas. So looking back, we'll take a look and walk up in this direction. If you are a skier as well as a mountain biker, you'll know this location relatively well. In the winter, you don't really see these upright old gate. But as we see, we're coming up on something that's in the road inventory. And thus, the trail experience is going to radically change. So this is where the road inventory ends. We can see a very clearly defined road out in front of us. Whereas back behind us was more trail-like, but that cable gate and the fact that this is a straight is telling me that at one point in time that connected to this and was in fact part of a road inventory. Just a gut. So as we see here, you can see that we've got a tremendous amount of space over our heads that's open to sky, and that means it's going to be much more prone to splash erosion. We see the width is more like 15 to 20 feet across. It doesn't hold a lot of forest duff, and therefore any water that hits is likely to run off. This is pretty flat right here, but as we get to another section, which we'll look at here in a bit, we're going to see some more water-based erosion, I'm guessing.